So it is Monday. I am just a few hours behind. Let me move this, but you know, sometimes that happens, and I just want to say when that happens, you just gotta find a time to get what you want to get done, because you can find a way. So this week's waist challenge will be on the floor. I used my pink mat because I think you can see it better, and I will be showing you from the side, and then I'm going to switch around so you can see what's happening with my knees from the other direction. So what I want to say first is you need to do a little something to kind of get the whole body, you know, ready for this move, because it is a little bit more intense, and I will figure out how many repetitions I want you to do. It is not going to be the higher, you know, 500 to 750 repetitions. It's going to be on the lower end, like, you know, 75 to like 250. Again, I will figure that out. But in order to kind of get you warmed up, I want you to start out with, you know, set your timer for about, you know, 3 to 5 minutes, and just start doing, I'm going to say, I want you to do 20 of these, right? Just overhead, a little bit of a pivot, and then 20 of these, side to side, side to side, kind of get those hips to loosen up and the waist to loosen up. And then we're going to get the whole upper body and the whole lower body kind of ready for this move. And I want you to put your hands on your shoulders, kind of like you're going to do the Macarena, but we're not doing that today, okay? Hands on your shoulders, and I want you to choose a direction. I'm going to go to the left first, and I want you to give me circles, all right? Just waist up, and I want you to go 10 each direction. I'm only going 3, mostly because it takes a lot of time, and I'm trying to make this video not as long as it's going to be, okay? Feet a little bit closer together, toes out, hands on the hips, and think about you're standing in a box and you're going to push the hip forward, backward, side, forward. So it's just a big circle in a square. Again, 10 each direction, and then 10 the other direction. And I will tell you, as someone who wakes up with stiff everything first thing in the morning, this move and this move are fantastic for really loosening the body up, and you can get it done while your coffee's brewing. There's my handy tip of the day. All right, so I gotta move this a little bit forward so that I have room, and I will be able to show you today's move. So this is called a knee drop, and it is like the first version of a windshield wiper. Windshield wipers where your legs are straight. These will be where your knees are at a 90-degree angle. So you're going to find a comfortable spot on the floor. I'm going to push myself backwards, and roll around for a second, figure out where your back feels best, so that your back is flat, so you're not leaning to one side or the other. And bring your knees up, 90-degree angle, knees together, and arms should be out to the side or out to the side. Sometimes I put my arms behind my head, but I'm going to say if you haven't done these before, put your hands out to stabilize you. All you're going to do is roll, try to let that knee drop, bring it right back up, knee drop. If you notice, my legs are staying at that 90-degree angle, okay? So this could be a really hard move for someone who hasn't done it before. You're definitely going to feel it. I mean, this is one of the best exercises to get those deeper core muscles to kind of like activate and just tighten up that whole midsection area, which is great for your back too. But you're also working your hips. So just remember, think about where your back is in relation to every single one of these, and only go at a speed that feels comfortable to you. And you definitely don't want to do one of these quickly because you're trying to decelerate to stop this twist, and you're trying to accelerate to get to the other side and decelerate. So that takes a lot of muscles, and it takes a lot of, like, you know, concentration. So don't just be flopping over side to side, because that doesn't work very well. All right, so again, if you're not used to this move, I'm going to show you the beginner version. Ankles together, knees together, and you are just going to twist, twist, twist side to side. And trust me, this one does work, especially if you're thinking about pulling that stomach in, breathing out every time. Okay? I will show you the advanced move, but I'm not showing you windshield wipers because my back will not be happy if I do that. So the advanced move, and I can only do it on the one side until I move backwards, is where you're going to start here. You're going to bring your legs over and kick right back to the middle, to the other side, and kick. So the lower your feet are to the ground, the harder it is. So if you're new at this, but you want to try that kick version, put something that's about, you know, 10 to 12 inches high, and use that as a motivator where you're going to put your feet. Otherwise, you do want to try to come like all the way close to the floor, kick it out, right back together, kick it out. And I just want to go back again. If you are not used to this exercise, you are not quite sure how to get it to work, start with your knees and ankles together, feet on the floor, and twist from side to side. Okay, here's the other tip I want to give you. One side to the other is 1 rep. Now, I am not really a fan of counting double reps, like, you know, 1 rep equals 1. So I will say if you do 50 from side to side, that's 25 reps. That will be 1 repetition, 1 set, okay? So, like, this would be 1, 2, 3, or you can just do what I do, because it's just easier for me, where I just do 1, 3, 4. And the reason I like to count like that is that it makes you breathe out at the right time. So as you're bringing your knees up and to the side, you're gonna 1, 2. So every time you count, you're gonna breathe out. So I'm just gonna say count 1 for every time you twist to the side. So 50 reps per set. All right, so here's the alternative view. My head's gonna be on the floor, which is not necessarily ideal, but all right. So knees up, feet up. Keep your knees together as much as you can, and you're going to just side to side to side to side, and try to keep your knees together. I'm too close to the couch. But again, if you are not used to this move, forgive me, but I'm just not getting up off the floor and changing my mat. Knees and ankles together, and just twist and twist. Keep your feet attached to the floor the whole time, and twist and twist. And trust me, you're gonna feel it. Okay, third version, we'll see how well I can do this in this kind of not quite right position, but knees are up. You're gonna roll to the side, kick your legs out, back to the middle, kick your legs out, back to the middle, kick your legs out, and kick. So again, I don't know how it's going. 50 reps, or is it 50 reps? 25 twists to each side is going to be 1 set. And I will say, if you're new to this, start with 75 or 150 reps. So 150 reps would be 3 times at 50. If you are really unsure, I want you to keep it to just 1 to 2 sets of 50, and you will figure that out for yourself. I'm not at home with you, so I can't see what's happening while you're doing it and read your face. So you listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right, slow it down. But I will, while this is uploading, I will figure out how many reps I think will be correct. I'm going to stick with the probably 200 reps total, but again, this is not a new exercise for me. So, you know, 4 sets of 50 is not too much more than I would normally do. Normally I would do 3 sets of 50, but you know, I may change that up every day of the week depending on how I feel. But once again, 25 per side, which means 50 reps per set. You can do less than that based on how you feel. Try for at least 20, 10 on each side. If you're not quite sure, this is new to you, you feel like your back and abs are not quite up to the task. If you have questions, you know you should ask me, and I will find a good way to make it work for you. And it'll just maybe make me shoot another video, but enjoy. This really does like really tighten up this whole area, especially below the belly button. It's one of my favorites. Again, it's a lazy girl exercise you can totally do while you're watching TV. So enjoy it. Enjoy feeling this workout tomorrow, and I will see you next week for part 4. Is that part 4? There'll be part 4 next week. All right, take care.